Well, hi everyone. Thank you so much for being with us today. Today, I'm thrilled to welcome Dr. Marisol Tejeiro. She is joining our conversation today. Dr. Tejeiro is a licensed naturopathic doctor and a recognized expert in women's wellness with a special focus in holistic therapies. She is especially known for her work with Castor Oil packs, a traditional therapy with a rich history in self-care. We're excited to dive deeper into her insights, learn more about the benefits of and best practices of castor oil therapy, and hear how she incorporates it into a broader approach to women's health. Welcome, Dr. Tejeiro. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Monica. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. Honestly, just talking about castor oil. I always say I learn something new about castor oil every day, and I just can't stop talking about it. It's just, I love it so much. It's just really become an integral part, not only of when I was in practice, but now in my lifestyle, like day to day. And I just, again, keep learning more ways to do it and keep understanding why this mystical, magical oil is so amazing and has literally stood the test of time.
Yeah. Well, that was going to be my first question. How did you get started? Like, what was the impetus of your interest and yeah, curiosity around castor oil therapy?
So it's so interesting because actually I was completely against castor oil and castor oil packs. Like
Okay.
for the first time I heard about it, I remember walking into a health food store. It was actually quite a mystical moment. And I was walking into a health food store and suddenly out of the corner of my left eye, I saw a halo surrounding these bottles on the bottom shelf, all dusty. And I kind of took a double take because I'm like, what's going on in my eyes? I'm in my 20s. I'm like, I'm young. I've never needed glasses, but why am I seeing this halo thing? It was so odd.
Yeah, yeah.
And I always say like Castro called me, and kept stalking me because, I kneeled down and then I grabbed the bottle and like, I don't know, something in my heart at the time, I really wasn't into energetic medicine or I was really just completely science-based. And I don't know, something pulled my heartstrings when I picked up that bottle. And I wasn't really sure what castor oil was. Like, was it beaver oil? Because in Latin, castor is like a beaver. So I thought maybe it was an animal oil. It's not for those vegans out there. It's actually a vegan vegetable based oil. I thought maybe it was cod liver oil, the fish oil everyone used to talk about. Because I had no concept what this castor oil was. This is for me like one of the first times that I heard about it. And being Latina, Latinas, we don't really have a huge practice of using castor oil or castor oil packs in our backgrounds. So I'd really just never heard about it. And I remember walking up to the health food store advocate and, speaking with her and being, just like blown away by the amount of things that castor oil could be used for. Like when it came to the cosmetic realm, it was your hair, your eyebrows, your eyelashes, the dark circles under your eyes, the puffiness under your eyes, the, reducing the appearance and of look of fine lines and wrinkles. It was, use it on your teeth for oil pulling, on your neckline, on your décolletage, like everywhere. Like if you, pumice your feet, like with your foot pumice stone. Or even with dry brushing, I was just like, wow. And then she says, this castor oil pack. And honestly, went to go on and describe a castor oil pack, which is where you put, oil on your body and then you put a cotton compress or cotton flannel on top of it, or wool for that matter. And, at the time you had to do, it was really complicated a situation because you have to do like wrap your body with saran wrap and towels and make sure you don't make a mess and just lie there immobile for an hour so nothing gets messy. And so, a couple things kind of like I guess got me the wrong way. Number one, I felt like it was snake oil and it was promising the world. And how can one thing do so much?
Yeah.
And then the castor oil pack to me was like, oh my God, this is so woo-woo. Like, honestly, it's just crunchy granolas who do it. Fast forward in the future, I'm the super crunchy granola type person, and I'm wearing all the beads and doing all the castor oil packs and castor oil things. So, but honestly, for 10 years, I just could not believe it. And I know that this happens a lot to people that they hear about it and they just don't believe it. They think that it's like too woo-woo or crazy, or how can this oil do so much? But when I started working with it about 10 years later, I got really, really sick in naturopathic school because I went back to school in order to fix myself because I was just dealing with hormone problems, stress, anxiety, and I couldn't get balance. And I was doing everything right, like taking all the right supplements, eating all the right foods, seeing all the right doctors. Doctors kept telling me, your labs look fine, like you should be fine.
Yeah.
And it was so disappointing and so scary. And I finally, a light bulb came off in my head and I'm like, I'm not getting any better. I can't get out of bed. I am getting diagnosed with certain things like Epstein-Barr virus. I definitely knew I had mold sensitivity because there was mold in my building, and a lot of these things weren't diagnosable by conventional standards also. So I just felt really, really lost in my body. And it wasn't until, I finally sewed up my very first castor oil pack. I put it on my body. I was like blown away, like bloomed away is a better word, because I literally, for the first time in my life, could get calm. I got connected and I actually could meditate. And I'd been trying to meditate for years, years on end, but I couldn't get myself calm because I would just get super stressed out.
Yeah.
So I realized at that moment in time that, doctors and the conventional thought pattern is we look only at the body. And
Mhm.
what I realized was that, wait a minute, we are an energetic being having a physical experience.
Mhm.
Our nerves, our nervous system works based off of electrical circuits.
Yeah.
Like our whole body is actually energetic. Like we are energy. Like if you break down every single cell down to the neutron and like the atom and the electron and the proton, that's all energy and vibration. And I'm like, we never look at the energetic side of ourselves. And I realized there that castor oil and castor oil packs are the most excellent tool to reconnect to our energetic side of ourselves and start getting balance in that area, which is probably one of the most neglected, most misunderstood areas and centers of our body, and actually the way, in my opinion, towards feeling better.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it took me down a pathway that I'm so happy I went down, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it sounds like you mentioned it, but it found you in a way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like everywhere I would go, every doctor's office I would go to, every holistic practitioner. And at the time, I was working as a sales rep for a homeopathic pharmaceutical laboratory, very, very reputable. And everywhere I would go, I would just see it. And I'm like, oh my God, it's totally stalking me. This is crazy. Yeah, but it was just the way that it was. Yeah, it was so wild. But I know it's my mission to bring castor oil and castor oil pack to the world and to really like game change it, because it is a game changer for people's lives, but for people to easily understand what it actually does, and how it can benefit them to the extent that it benefits them. And in fact, in my clinical practice, every single patient had to do a castor oil pack. I wouldn't see a patient unless they would do a castor oil pack and a physical exam, because I knew I needed to see the whole picture and I needed to start them on castor oil packs as soon as possible so that they got a feel good win right away. And when you get a feel good win when you're not feeling well,
Yeah.
like for me that night when I did the castor oil pack and had a sudden feel good moment, oh my God, that gave me the motivation to get better.
Yeah.
That moved me into the right direction. And I realized that's one of the things that we're missing the most as patients. We need feel good moments and wins to get us to where we need to go.
Mhm. Mhm. What are some ways that you found that women commonly incorporate castor oil packs in like self-care routines, particularly around like I guess like women's health, like menstrual health, reproductive wellness? Tell me more.
Yeah, awesome. So, the female body, number one, females are very much more energetic than men are, or at least they were more connected to our energy. So this is not all, this is definitely a gross like assumption. However, we tend to be more in touch with our intuition, right? You could talk to a woman, they tend to more understand their intuitive side, men
Yeah.
not so much. But I think that that is changing also in the world, which is
Yeah.
really, really nice to see. But when it comes to our bodies and our female hormonal problems, I love to associate them to our energetic centers, our chakras, because our chakras are placed very strategically associated next to hormonal systems. So
Mhm.
we've got our root chakra, which is at the base of the spine. This one connects to the energetic hormonal patterns of Mother Nature, which
Yeah.
I think is super, super cool. So it's not associated to like a hormone within our body or hormone system, but it's associated to Mother Nature, to the Earth Mother, to her being our grounding board, right? So we want to always connect. Sadly, a lot of women are unfortunately cut off from their root chakra because of childhood traumas. This could be from as severe as childhood rape to as, small of a thing that a toy got taken away from the child, and just the way that they took it, it was absolutely traumatizing, right? So understand that trauma is experienced differently in every single person, but it begins first with the root chakra, and that's very, very important. When it's closed off, unfortunately, our energy tends to move upwards and it needs to be grounded in order for our upper energetic centers to be well. And our upper energetic centers are the ones that hold and support the master glands, like the pituitary gland, which is the master of all the hormones, and also the pineal gland, which is the master of the day and night cycle within our bodies. Right. So our energetic centers, and then of course you go deeper down into the energetic centers. You've got your second chakra, your energy center number two. That's known as the sacral chakra center, and that connects to the gonads and the ovaries. So for men, the prostate gland and such, and but for women, the ovaries. Then you have your solar plexus, which is your third energetic center or the third chakra, and that is connected very intertwined with your adrenal glands, your kidneys, right? So that's super connected there. You've got your heart chakra. Well, I need not say more than that because the heart itself is not only energetic, like, AKGs, it's all an electrical system, but it also is our center power of love, right? So there's no hormone associated to it there, but it is one of the most important chakras that we have, and it's one that we constantly want to expand the energy and not contract it because energetically over time, if we have a buildup of traumas, our heart center can harden, and that's dangerous because when your heart center hardens, that's when you just lose your ability to be flexible in life and loving, and then that just takes you away from the entire energetic realm, and you literally just become a physical shell. And that's very dangerous. It happens a lot, though. And then we move up on into the fifth energetic chakra center, which is the throat chakra. But this is also intimately connected with the beautiful butterfly gland that we have there, known as the thyroid. And then, as I said earlier, the sixth chakra and the sixth chakra, which is associated to both the pineal gland and the pituitary gland, right? Those master hormones that balance pineal, our day and night cycle, which is uber important for women in having good hormonal balance. And then your pituitary gland, which basically starts off the entire chain of command. And then the final seventh chakra, which is the crown chakra, well, that connects to basically the energetic center of the brain and all the energetic pathways of the brain. So it's super, super fascinating that you can actually apply a castor oil on any of the energetic chakra centers and you can get benefit to the chakras. But where I tend to focus the most attention is on the lower chakras because
Okay.
I find the world is always telling people to go to their third eye, open their third eye, but you can't open up your third eye well if you are not grounded. You
Mhm.
have to be grounded. And
Mhm.
so working with pelvic packs in the pelvic region, for an example, like when women have their menstruation, is an excellent way to keep that energetic center open.
Yeah.
Or say a woman is experiencing a lot of digestive disturbances, which is very, very common when we have hormonal problems or
Yeah.
energetic blockages, basically because the energetic blockages will block any system and any function in the body.
Mhm.
So then we can, with the energetic system, like you can connect and people find that, when they wake up the next morning after doing a castor oil pack, they put it on their liver, they find that they're less bloated, they find that they basically have a flatter looking stomach. So it's really cool to see these impacts of using castor oil packs. And if I could just say one more thing, I really love coordinating the liver pack with an eye mask
Mhm.
because in traditional Chinese medicine, if you look at the energetic pathways like the meridians,
Yeah.
actually the liver and the gallbladder meridian goes all throughout the eyes. So if
Wow.
you want to, yeah, if you want to close the circuit, and as I was saying, our energetic body is all about energetic circuits of the nervous system. If you
Yeah.
want to close the circuit and have the circuit flowing well, you close the circuit by using a liver pack and wearing a pack over your eyes while you sleep as well. Plus, it's beneficial for cosmetic reasons like dark circles under your eyes, puffiness, also like improving the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and then even helping your eyebrows and eyelashes to appear thicker.
Yeah. I think it's so cool. I think that's what interests me the most is the intersection of like how things benefit you, not just energetically, like not just physically, but also energetically, because like you were saying, we're not just physical beings. We're
No,
more than anything energetic beings in a physical body. Um,
exactly. And everything's energy in our body. Like take the most important one of the most important supplements I think for people is electrolytes.
mhm. I agree.
Electrolytes are sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium. And
The main
guess
one.
what? They activate our potassium sodium pumps. Those
Mhm.
are all electrical circuits within our system.
Mhm.
And that's why I think to me, like have always been a huge fan of giving people like electrolytes at the beginning of any kind of treatment or practice because
Oh, yeah.
and electrolytes obviously also help you with intake of water and that your water stays in your body and actually hydrates you.
Right.
And then, so having these electrolytes not only improves the physical body, but it also improves the energetic body because the energetic body can flow when you have healthy water levels and healthy hydration. So it's interesting that the energetic body actually needs physical means to support itself, like water and things like castor oil packs. It's just super neat.
Yeah, so intertwined. I'm the
Yeah,
same way. Like it's one of my first in our whatever protocol we're gonna do. Electrolytes are like the number one because
they
kind
have to
of you
be.
were mentioning. I don't know if you said this before we started recording, but it gives people a win, like an
Yeah,
initial feel
yeah,
better. People have more energy right away. Everything
yeah.
just flows better, better digestion, better sleep even. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the key, the big key, like to me, like the basics are electrolytes, probiotics, and a castor oil pack. Like
Mm,
that's the most important.
but
And then of course, water, good nutrition. You can't, good mindset. You can't live without those things either
right.
because it severely impact the system. But when you have those electrolytes, probiotics, like castor oil pack, you get wins. And when you get a feel good win, I call them feel good wins. Feel
Mhm.
good wins change your life
Yeah.
because you're motivated then to heal and you're motivated to do better because healing's a journey. It's not overnight and it takes a lot of personal work. It takes a lot of looking at oneself in the mirror and being real with oneself and and moving forward from there, sometimes from a place with absolutely no hope. I've
Yeah.
been there so many times, burnout has been one of my challenges throughout life. And burnout actually is very much so an energetic disease. It's an energetic problem because it's just think of the word burn out. Your circuits have burnt out,
Yeah.
right? And it happens because you've overworked them,
Yeah.
you've abused them, and you haven't like realized how to recharge them
Right.
because you're living in a very physical dominant world where you're taught only how to physically recharge them and not to energetically recharge them.
Mm. Tell me
Yeah.
more about that.
Yeah. So again, we are completely an energetic being.
Mhm.
And when we have traumas and we've blocked off our root chakra, as an example, what ends up occurring is that we as humans need to be rooted and need to be attached by some kind of a cord. We came to the world attached to our mothers by the umbilical cord. Now, as we age and the traumas start to load up, right? Because everybody has traumas. I don't
Yeah.
care who
Like,
you are, every single person has traumas. And it's just the story that of your experience in your life, right?
mm,
And what ends up happening is if you're not rooted to, like after the umbilical cord gets cut, the
mhm,
job of the human is to learn how to ground into Mother Nature and to create a grounding cord that goes into Mother Nature.
mhm,
Except many of us can't. And when we can't, we ground from our lower three chakras into other people. This
mhm.
could be partners, this can be community groups. This can also be materialistic things. Like, for an example, your root chakra is very normal for it to ground into community groups, political parties, any
Like a
kind of
sense
group.
of belonging.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Any kind of group system, educational systems, anything like that.
Mhm,
The energetic chakra of the second chakra, the sacral, which is more about emotions, creativity,
mhm,
it's more of a feminine, energetic center.
mhm,
It has to deal with relationships, the one and the two. So
mhm,
there you tend to ground into a partner, a sister, a
mhm.
mother, a father, some kind of a relationship. It's a one-on-one relationship.
Yeah.
And then your third energetic center can attach typically into materialistic objects because the third energetic center is all about our ego and
Mhm.
how we present ourselves into the world. And so it typically can attach into a car, a fancy car, because that defines who you are, or a beautiful
Okay.
home,
Or could it be career?
or career, exactly, because that's all the things that feed our ego,
Mhm.
right? So yeah, so we tend to attach onto those things, but those attachments are never steady or
Mhm.
healthy or grounding. In
Right.
fact, they keep us more in the rat race of the world
Yeah.
and unstable,
Mhm.
ungrounded, and literally like feeling like we're either like a tornado about to spin off into the world because we're just not grounded. And
Yeah.
so it is so very important to reconnect ourselves internally
Mhm.
and understand that we have to actually contain our grounding cords and move them down into Mother Nature.
Mhm.
One of the ways to do that is with a castor oil pack because it contains your body while you sleep. And when you contain your body and liver, especially when you sleep, well, you can redirect the energy down into Mother Nature. That's one really, really powerful way. And another powerful way is to open up our back energetic channel, which most people have closed. Our back energetic channel is where the energy from the divine powers us through, and it can refill us. And when you do not allow this and you block this area, what happens is burnout. And
Mhm.
then that's kind of the sequelae, the burnout from not being open enough. So, and that's really where women's intuition, women's balance, women feeling their emotions
Yeah.
and not just blocking them out because they're told to, be quiet.
Right.
Children are to be seen, not heard, that kind of a thing throughout our childhood. That impacts us and shuts us off. But it's all about opening ourselves up to that magic.
So the opening up of that back chakra, like
Back body.
back body,
So our chakras are front and
right
back.
here. Okay.
So the front tends to go to the outside world, and the
Mm.
back is our inner world.
Mm.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
With castor oil packs, are there any best practices or like precautions or anything that you would recommend for women who are using it, like new to using it? It's the maybe
Yeah,
the first time they're even hearing about it or they've heard about it but haven't thought about trying it yet.
I love it. Yeah. So most women do amazingly well with castor oil packs. And as a side note, it's not only for women. My husband does it, my son does it. It's for men too. Just women tend to be the first ones who go after it and realize the
Find it.
benefits of it.
Yeah.
And then they show their partners, but it's also good for men. So some of the best practices are most women do really, really well with it on the get-go and they feel that win, the feel-good win.
Mhm.
However, there is a group of highly sensitive people. So if
Okay.
you know when you're listening to this and you're a highly sensitive person, so you do anything and you react,
Mhm.
then what I recommend for people to do in that case is actually to first then start with doing a belly button, putting castor oil in your belly button
Oh, I
first.
have one of those, a roll-on.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's exactly the thing.
I
So
think I have
you
it.
would
Yeah,
use,
yeah.
yeah, you would use a belly button roll on. And for the first week or two, you would just every single night before going to bed, you'd open up the roll on and you'd roll it into your belly button. So that would be what you would start with.
Mhm.
And then after that, you would start with a castor oil pack. But most people don't need to do that. They can go straight into the castor oil pack, but the belly button navel oiling is available if you need to. When you start doing the castor oil pack, you can then use your belly button navel oiling roll on. You can do that during the daytime if you're feeling overwhelmed or burning out or just need an energetic oomph. It's like
Mhm.
kind of like a revive, like the rolling of it in your
On the
belly button
go.
revives
Yeah.
your nervous system. Yeah.
Yeah. Something you can just do on the go at any point.
Exactly. And so that's kind of like the best practices. The other thing is in pregnancies, castor packs are not to be used. We don't know if it's going to have an impact, except if you're recommended by your midwife or your doula to actually do a pack to induce labor, because
Mhm.
there's a potential that they could induce labor. We know that castor oil orally is used by midwives. Again, that's oral, but castor oil orally is used by midwives and doulas to induce labor. But I've even seen like castor oil packs at end stage pregnancies
Yeah.
induce labor. So you just want to be careful if you're pregnant. I would pause castor oil packs and then just wait and bring them back postpartum because in postpartum they're an awesome tool.
Yeah. Yeah. Are they pretty supportive of healing postpartum?
Yeah, and rebalancing because the women through pregnancy, I mean, it is it is one of the hardest things for a woman's body. You basically, in the most loving way, have a beautiful parasite in your belly that is taking all of your nourishment.
Yeah.
It's taking from your bones, it's taking from your reserves, it's taking from your brain, it's taking everything, including your hormones.
Yeah.
And so, and when the baby comes out beautifully, and ideally the baby's placed naked on your body, and then you get a sudden burst of oxytocin,
Mhm.
your hormones are all starting to shift.
Yeah.
And so women have found lots of benefit to rebalance their hormones and to truly like, because hormones eventually are energetics. They're energetics of emotion. And so in order to rebalance them well, castor oil packs play a massive role. And so postpartum, you're so volatile and just so all over the place, and you're at high risk for postpartum depression. Getting ahead of the game, I feel, and really just starting to like reground after having a baby and realigning your energetic centers can help with your rebalancing and moving back into that normal, natural flow of womanhood.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
And at that point, like breastfeeding is fine.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. There's no issue with breastfeeding with castor oil packs. People think they detox and cleanse, and they don't really do that. They just
Mhm.
realign your nervous system and your balanced body. And when you realign a balanced body, then it could do that magic work of cleansing, detox. That is a natural human function that
It's
happens
already
all.
doing it anyway. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
role of.
The only time that your body can't do it is when you're under severe amount of stress. Your
Mhm.
body is unable and incapable to cleanse properly. And that's where castor oil packs support the body, is that again, with energetic alignment, you align the natural electrical circuits of the body that
Mhm.
need to be aligned in order for things to work. It's as simple as that, right?
This is a little bit of a tangent, but is that basically what you think of with acupuncture being like kind of like highways, like
You
connect
got it.
everyone
Yeah, yeah,
together?
that's exactly what acupuncture does. Acupuncture basically closes circuits and basically fixes circuits like you would fix a circuit in an electrical circuit in your house.
Mhm.
If say your stove keeps turning off or your fridge keeps turning off every time you open it, right? There's a disconnected electrical circuit. So
Yeah.
if you want to connect the circuits of the human body,
Mhm.
right? Again, we're all energy.
Mhm.
Then what you have to do is you need to reconnect the circuit, and a metal needle can reconnect the circuit because the circuits are all running on ions, and those ions are all electrolytes,
Mhm.
sodium, potassium, and why magnesium is so important in women's bodies, calcium, you see? So it's all literally reconnecting of circuits. And castor oil packs are a non-needle way to do that, and a really pleasant, feel-good way. And I feel you get the same feel-good sensations as you do with an acupuncture treatment.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Cool.
cool.
Yeah.
In your experience, what has been the most rewarding aspect of working with castor oil therapy in women's health?
Honestly, I just feel like the feedback I get from women, like one of the things is that our most common comment on our website and even in clinical practice for me was game changer. I've seen all these naturopathic doctors, and naturopathic doctors for quite a long time were afraid to prescribe them because
Yeah.
patients just wouldn't comply, even nutritionists, right? And they wouldn't comply because, well, they were messy and they were hard to do and people didn't know how to do them, and they couldn't find the materials. So I made that all super easy for people because I needed it super easy for me, you know?
Yeah.
I wanted to do it, but I was not going to do it. I thought it was woo-woo and it was all messy and hard to do. But
Yeah.
once I made it better, it was easy to do, and I could do it, and I do them nightly, regularly, and I have no problems doing them. So that's one of the things. And then the fact that people say game changer, that to me just speaks volumes as to, like, we have thousands of reviews that say castor oil packs are a game changer. And these are from women who are much like me, have felt burnt out,
Yeah.
who were doing everything right, taking all the right supplements, eating all the right foods, and yet they still weren't feeling any better. They'd go to their doctor and their doctor would say, "Your labs look fine."
Yeah.
But their energetic body's not fine. And they, like me, need something that will help them to realign their energy and will not have them have to go to a practitioner 2 to 3 times a week and spend all that excess money,
Yeah.
right? Because you can do Castro packs at home, and then
Right.
you can meet your practitioner and have them guide your therapy, which is perfect because the practitioner is going to give you more stuff to do and more natural intricacies that they are well trained in, like just like yourself, Monica. Like when a client comes to see you, you're going to be able to be even more personalized
Mhm.
in what they need,
Yeah.
right? And that's the power of, the combined practice of having a practitioner who's knowledgeable and adding that castor oil pack practice into the mix.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, so castor oil packs help women or everyone almost like reconnect to their own self. Would
Yeah.
you say that that is what allows, so if burnout is like at the root of it, um, I mean, should we be working on reducing what's causing the burnout? And does the castor oil pack kind of help you get that feel good win that then allows you to look at what it is that is causing the burnout?
100%. And we also have to be realistic too. Like there's sometimes like you can't quit your job. You
Right.
need to put money, you need to put food on the table. You need to pay your rent. So there's some things that we can't escape from and we can't run away from. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, maybe you could change a job if you're in a hostile environment and you need to go to another like newer, better environment. That's important, or maybe a relationship. I've seen a lot it being unhealthy relationships, like emotionally abusive relationships. They take a huge toll on your energetic body, a massive toll. Like it from mentality to emotionally abusive, like that's massive how it can destroy your whole hormonal system. Like it takes such toll. And I've seen patients with like chronic diseases like Hashimoto's thyroiditis heal, like literally have no signs on labs from leaving a partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's the power of it. So it absolutely gives you that quick win, that
Mhm.
feel good quick win. And when you have that feel good quick win, then you have more grounding to be able to take the action that you need to get in the right lane in your life.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, you
Creates
said
more
it.
clarity. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you also, when you're ungrounded, you're in muddy waters. Like
Yeah.
the water and soil in your body is turbulent. So it's like cloudy water. So you can't get clarity. But when you learn how to settle energetically, whether that's through castor oil packs, your castor oil pack with your meditation, if you learn how to settle, well,
Mhm.
then you have clarity and you can see where you need to go and move forward to. Yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Well,
Thank you.
thank you so much, Dr. Tejeiro. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with us, or do you have anything to show us too that maybe people that might be interested
Absolutely.
in castor
Yeah, yeah,
oil?
yeah. So if you want to get an introduction and learn about castor oil packs, the quickest way possible is to get this book called Castor Oil Glow Up. You can find it on Amazon or on my website at Queen of the Thrones. It basically goes from head to toe how to use castor oil packs, but also castor oil for beauty. So it like I've been able to replace 7 to 8 products in my beauty regime, which is awesome, considering that women on average use about 12 products in their beauty regime. You know how much
Yeah.
money I'm saving? I'm like, this is
But
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's so good. And plus, I'm saving my life also because I'm not using any kind of chemicals or ingredients that I don't know what they are really, even though I'm well trained in it. Like there's lots of
Yeah.
like very suspect
Amazing.
ingredients in beauty products,
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
things.
So this helps a lot. And then there's even like a free online course that goes with it. And it basically, again, you can walk through the way and the steps to do everything castor oil in your life. So that's a really good starter way to get going. The other thing is to follow me on Instagram at Be Well Queen or on TikTok. I love to be active there in my communities. I love to create communities, so you can find me there. And then if you're looking to buy, the best thing you can do is purchase from Queen of the Thrones.
Mhm.
For us, it's like it helps us out as a business and we can do more reach. And
Yeah.
we guarantee that you're not getting a counterfeit product because let me tell you, on TikTok, on Amazon, there are counterfeit, like look-alike
Everywhere.
fake products popping up everywhere. They mimic our label. You can't even tell the difference sometimes. The only way that you know is from the quality.
Mhm.
And I just don't want people getting like a second grade oil when you can just go to our website at Queen of the Thrones and get a quality product that you know is not a fake.
Yeah. And I'll link also like the link to it below and
Yes, please. Yes, 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 yes. We're straight to the website that they can take advantage of of your page and you can support them in their well-being. Yeah.
yeah. Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you
Thank
so
you, Monica.
much. And
Yeah.
well, um, I hope everyone goes and visits your Instagram and your you said TikTok, right?
TikTok too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And check out the book.
And one thing that I could say too is, my only regret in life is I wish I would have started castor oil packs and castor
Yeah.
oils
Yeah.
because and if you see this little furs ball, like if you're watching the video or I have a little puppy with me, which is why she just popped up.
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah, but
You did
if
so
you,
well.
I know she's good. She's just sits here on my lap during podcasts. She's part of my grounding strategy as well too. But
Mhm.
don't hesitate. If what we talked about in this session rang your heart bells or strings and you felt it and it rang true. You
Yeah,
know inside of you, follow that intuition. Start believing in yourself because it will get you further in your wellness than you could ever imagine. Because everything that you need to heal is on the inside of your body, and your body knows what will work for you.
yeah,
Trust that. Trust that.
I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah, that's a beautiful message to leave everyone with.
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
thank you guys for being here with us, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.